And Rob, you can be ticked off, you can make fun, you can mock, but the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight, slated for July 20th at AT&T Stadium, Jerry World in Arlington, Texas. They have already sold 121,000 tickets for that fight, Rob. People are into it. And I tell you what, I assume they're going to really fight.
Chris, hold on. That's just a pre-sale. Tickets aren't available. That's like people who have interest in it.
Oh, signed up for tickets.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. So you think that people aren't going to be into it?
No. But a lot of that is just that people want to be able to flip it and, buy. And
but buy them and sell them.
See what the price is. Sometimes you could buy a lot of tickets and then they don't sell and then you're stuck. But I get, and Chris, I'm not saying that there's not going to be any interest because people love a train wreck. I get why people would be interested in seeing this. How many times have you driven on the highway and you see the traffic slowed down because they see a wreck and they slow down and they want to see it? They want to see this. They want to see somebody's head getting popped off. I don't doubt it for 1 minute that there's interest, but I'm not interested in it, and I wouldn't pay one thin dime to watch this, and I hope Mike Tyson's head gets knocked off. That's me.
Wow. I'm shocked that you want Jake Paul.
I don't want Jake Paul.
You do.
I don't.
You want him to, because here's the thing. You really want Jake Paul in a big way. Because one, you want him. I'm shocked that you want him to beat this legendary fighter. That's number one. But number two, Rob, rightly or wrongly, because, Mike Tyson may just be an old man, right? 58 years old. So Jake Paul beating him really might not be a lot. But if he does beat Mike Tyson, it is going to skyrocket this dude even higher than he is now. So I get that you think, man, what is Tyson doing? This is ridiculous. And you're mad at him for being involved in this
to allow that guy.
But
yes, that's what I'm.
Why don't you be just as mad at Jake Paul for fighting a 58-year-old and gaming the system, so to speak, to make all of this money for fighting an old man?
Because he couldn't do it if they didn't allow him to make money off of Tyson's legacy. That's what I'm pushing back on.
He's been doing it against these other fighters. Not this much.
Nah, not a guy like that. To be in a ring like that with Mike Tyson, where he was in his career and where he fit in the history of boxing, to get in a ring with some YouTuber and you're 58 years old and you're doing that. That's what bothers me. And I Chris, I just feel bad for Tyson that it's come to that he's got to allow people to eat off of his legacy. And Jake Paul doesn't deserve that. And that's my issue
That's why I think you should want Tyson to knock his block off. I really want Tyson to win this
even
fight.
if Tyson wins.
Right, but he getting paid anyway.
Yeah, I'm talking about
whoever he was
going
to fight, he was going to get paid.
No, but
Jake Paul was going to get paid.
Yeah, but Jake Paul,
that boy been getting money.
I wouldn't take part in it.
That's fine, but I get that. I'm just saying I don't get why. I think Jake Paul is just as wrong for this as Tyson, and arguably more. He is a 27-year-old in prime condition of his life fighting a 58-year-old man. I hope Tyson knocks this dude out. I hope Teddy Atlas is right. And that this is a real fight. They agree, like they have already agreed, look, this is a fight. There's no exhibition. This is no, we're not dancing around. It's not going to be a draw. It's not just, we're going to, make it close so Jake can get all the benefits of this and, fight a good fighter the next time. No, we're fighting. I'm Mike Tyson, and I'm trying to end this charade, and I'm Jake Paul, and I'm trying to keep my charade going. And if Teddy Atlas said if that happens, he thinks Tyson will knock him out in the first round. I don't know. I'll say this, Rob. We see all the videos of Tyson, right? Like you see these little things on YouTube, and he's doing, he's hitting the ring and he's hitting this guy. The guy's got the vest on where it protects him, and Tyson's hitting it real fast and stuff. I will say this, and I don't know if Rob G wants to jump in because, he's in the boxing on this. The only thing I'll say, and I haven't watched every single clip, but those clips are brief. Like, I haven't seen Tyson doing some stuff like that for like minutes at a time. It's little quick bursts. Now, it might only take a burst for him to knock out Jake Paul. But the stamina, you wonder, is Tyson really sparring where he could go? I mean, it's 8 rounds, 2-minute rounds. That's 16 minutes. That's really like just over 5 rounds. So is he in good enough shape where if this is really a good fight, that he can have the stamina to do it? But I understand where you're coming from, Rob, but I think Jake Paul is just as much in the wrong, if not more so.
Yeah, I think he has more to gain, so that's why I put it on. I just do. Paul, yeah, I understand why Paul. What this 58-year-old dude is going to get in the ring with me, with a heavyweight champ of the world, and give me a chance to make buku money and knock his block off? I get why he's doing it. I just don't like that Mike and his people around him would allow him to do that. I just don't.
Here's what I'll say,
because he doesn't gain anything. Like if he beats him, what's the big deal? Seriously. And if he gets knocked out, and that's the last image I got to see of Mike Tyson getting knocked out of the ring, at 58 years old.
That already was the last. It wasn't 58.
Right.
It was much younger.
How bad was that?
He got crushed by some no name because he was just done. Here's where I'll disagree. Obviously, beating Jake Paul for a guy like Mike Tyson isn't, a huge deal, although he will get credit for, like I said, ending this charade. But what I will say, Rob, is who knows, Mike Tyson, look, he's done the tours of his show where he talked about his life, and, he's been in some movies, obviously. So, I mean, he may have a fantastic life at this point. But I will say this, like, clearly, it seems from the videos I was referencing that this is giving him some excitement, that this is giving him something again to like bring life to his life. Not that it's terrible, I don't know, but this is like, man, I got new life. And I will say this: he looks like, and we had one of his former managers on, John Horn, a few weeks ago, and he talked like this as well. He looks, Rob, like he is better off mentally now. And he is more committed now than he was, I'd say, even before he lost to Buster Douglas. Not early in his career, but like maybe 4 or 5 fights before he lost to Buster Douglas. You could see Tyson was not training as hard, was not, was taking it for granted, and was losing his skills. He still had the power, so he was knocking these guys out who were terrified of him. But obviously, it ended with Buster Douglas. He seems like he is more into it and mentally fresher and sharper now than he was from that point forward over his career. So I just think maybe, and I hope he doesn't get hurt, because he's a 58-year-old man. And that could be dangerous. You get hurt at that age.
I can't believe
him a little life
that they're sanctioning this fight and allowing it to be a so-called real fight. I'm stunned by it all, and I do pray that it's not, that Mike Tyson doesn't have a new nickname when this is all over, and people will start calling him Pathetic Mike Tyson. I just hope that that's not the name.
Let me ask you this: if he wins, what will your thoughts be?
Then it was a fix. If I
really, you don't think he can beat Jake Paul fair and square?
Nope.
Wow. Why
I don't.
not?
A 58-year-old guy with a young guy like that, would be his reflexes aren't the same. His reflexes aren't the same at that age.
Yeah, but Jake Paul ain't a great fighter. He's barely a pro. I mean, he fought he fought a bad pro and lost. He's knocking out MMA dudes who don't know how to box.
Mike Tyson, when he was at his heyday, he didn't even have long fights. All he would do was knock people out in the first 40 seconds. He didn't fight, Chris. When did Mike Tyson have issues? When he wasn't knocking people out in the first round. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, that's an overstatement.
But in his heyday, he was. Am I right? He was knocking people out.
I mean, he had some fights, where he went longer. But yeah, he was one of the most devastating punchers ever.
Yeah.
I just think that if you're gonna know. I mean, Tyson hits so hard and is so punishing that if he knocks Jake Paul out, I mean, you're gonna know it's real. And I don't see why, Rob, they would fix it that way. Right? Why would they fix it for Tyson to knock Paul? If they fix it, it'll either be for like a draw, or maybe Tyson wins a close fight, or Paul wins a close fight, something like that. They ain't gonna fix it for Jake Paul to get knocked out.
No, I mean, he's a meal ticket for them. Why would they do that?
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I think if Tyson knocks him out, then, I mean, that's why I was asking, what will you say then?